quarter of 2026.
The central bank attributes much of the momentum this quarter to firmer household. Manufacturing also saw firmer output, particularly in electrical and electronics.
Especially in Asia, are getting access to capital, infrastructure and education that they need to be highly productive members of the global economy. In terms of geography, it's probably one of the most fascinating economies in the world, conveniently nestled in between the globe's most active shipping routes, split between two major landmasses and circling some of the most tense waters on Earth.
To be an economic miracle, posting its biggest gains from 1980 when it had a nominal gross domestic product of only $26 billion to over $415 billion as projected by the end of 2022. A stunning increase. This has led its citizens to enjoy a per capita of over $12,000, one that is reported to be.
International trade is one of the most important contributors to Malaysia's economy. As a trading nation, Malaysia depends heavily on exports and imports to generate economic growth, creating employment opportunities, attract foreign investment, and strengthen industrial development. This will analyze Malaysia's major export markets, export and import trade measures, trade sectors, the impact of free trade agreements, future prediction for Q2 2026, and several recommendations for sustaining trade growth. Let us begin with Malaysia's top export market. Based on the graph, Singapore remains Malaysia's large export destination. This is mainly due to its strategic geographical location, strong economic integrations, and efficient logistic network. The close relationship between Malaysia and Singapore enables goods to move quickly and efficiently across borders, making trade activities more competitive. China is the second largest export market for Malaysia. As one of the world's largest economies, China imports a wide range of Malaysia products including electrical and electronic goods, palm oil, chemical and industrial materials. China's continued demands plays a significant role in supporting Malaysia's export performance. The United States has become one of the fastest growing export destinations in recent years. This growth is driven by increasing global demands for semiconductors, advanced technology products, and artificial intelligence related industries. As AI technologies continue expanding worldwide, the need of electronic components and semiconductors for products has increased significantly. Other important export markets include Japan, Hong Kong, SAR, Taiwan, South Korea, Thailand, Indonesia, and Vietnam. These countries contribute substantially to Malaysia's export earnings and help diversify Malaysia's trade portfolio. The diversification of export destination is important because it reduces dependence on a single market. If demand declines in one country, Malaysia can still rely on the market to maintain export growth and economic stability. Next, let's analyze Malaysia export trend from 2022 until the first quarter of 2026. Malaysia recorded strong export performance in 2022 due to global economic recovery following the pandemic period. International demand increases and many industries resume normal operation. However, export experienced a slight slowdown in 2023. This was mainly caused by weaker global demand, inflationary pressures, geopolitical tensions, and economic uncertainty in several major economies. Many countries reduced spending and investment, which affected international trade activities. Despite these challenges, Malaysia demonstrated strong resilience. Export performance improved significantly in 2024 as global economic conditions gradually stabilized. This positive momentum continued throughout 2025. By the first quarter of 2026, export reached one of the highest levels in recent years. A major factor contributing to this growth was strong demand for electrical and electronic products. Malaysia remains one of the key players in the global semiconductor industry and continues to benefit from increasing demand for advanced technology products. Another important factor behind export growth is foreign direct investment. Many multinational corporations continue investing in Malaysia because of its strategic locations, skilled workforce, well-developed infrastructure, and supportive business environment. Overall, the export trend demonstrates that Malaysia remains competitive in international market and is capable of adapting to changing global economic conditions. Now, let us examine Malaysia export trend during the same period. Export followed a similar pattern. Import growth slowed slightly in 2023 before recovering strongly in 2024 and continued to increasing in 2025 and 2026. Many people assume that higher imports are always negative. However, this is not necessarily true. In Malaysia's case, a large proportion of imports consists of intermediate goods and capital goods. Intermediate goods refer to raw materials and components used in manufacturing process. Capital goods include machinery, industrial equipment, and technological use to improve production efficiency. The increase in these imports reflects expanding industrial activity and higher investment by business. Malaysian companies are importing more machinery and production inputs to support manufacturing activities and future export growth. Therefore, rising imports can actually be viewed as a positive sign because they indicate business expansion, industrial development, and strong economic activities.
Every day, a network of ships, trucks, and planes move massive quantities of goods around the world. Your car might come from South Korea and your t-shirt from Bangladesh. All countries export, sell products and services abroad, and import, buy goods and services from foreign trading partners. These goods are manufactured items or agricultural commodities. Services, a dynamic and growing part of trade, refer to all intangible goods such as advertising and telecommunication. But the trade network is more complex than sellers and buyers. The system of worldwide trade is an intricate web in which lengthy supply chains allow products to be sourced, assembled, packaged, and sold in different parts of the world. The materials for your phone or shoes or the tuna fish you had for lunch might have been produced in one country, processed in another country, assembled in a third country, and packaged somewhere else, all before getting to your local store.
Next, let's examine Malaysia's major export sectors. Manufactured goods dominate Malaysia's export structure, accounting for approximately 88% of total exports. Examples include electrical and electronic products, machinery, petroleum products, and chemical and also transport equipment. Mining goods can contribute a smaller share through products such as liquefied natural gas and crude petroleum. Agricultural products, including palm oil and related products, also continue contributing to export earnings. The dominance of manufactured goods reflects Malaysia's successful industrial transformation. In the past, Malaysia depended heavily on commodity exports. Today, the economy is increasingly driven by technology based on high-value manufacturing activities. This transformation has generated higher productivity, increased export value, attracted foreign investment, and created more skilled employment opportunities. Now, let us look at the Malaysia major import sectors. Intermediate goods account for the largest share of imports. These goods are essential because they are used as input in manufacturing and production processes. Capital goods also represent an important portion of imports. These include machinery and advanced equipment that help increase productivity and improve manufacturing efficiency. Consumption goods account for a smaller share compared to industrial imports. This import structure clearly indicates that Malaysia exports mainly to support industrial activities rather than consumer spending. As a result, import growth contributes positively to long-term economic development and future export expansion. Several important patterns can be identified from Malaysian trade. performance. Firstly, Malaysia has consistently maintained a trade surplus. This means exports remain higher than imports, allowing the country to generate income from international trade. Secondly, manufacturing remains the dominant contributor to trade performance. This highlights the importance of industrial development in supporting economic growth. Thirdly, technology-related export continue gaining experience, especially semiconductors, electronics, and also advanced manufacturing products. Another important trend is the increasing diversification of export destinations, while exchange remain important markets such as the United States and Taiwan are becoming increasingly significant. These patterns suggest that Malaysia is gradually strengthening its position as a regional technology and manufacturing hub. Next, let us discuss the impact of free trade agreement of FTAs. Examples of major FTAs include the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership or RCEP, the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership, known as CPTPP, and the Asian Free Trade Area or AFTA. These agreements help to disrupt tariffs and trade barriers between participating countries. As a result, Malaysia exporters can access international markets more easily at low cost. FTA also improve competitiveness by providing business with greater market access and encouraging cross-border investment. In addition, foreign investors are more likely to invest in countries that have strong trade agreement because they provide access to larger markets and more favorable business conditions.
Therefore, FTAs contribute significantly to trade growth, investment attraction, and long-term economic development. Based on current trends, Malaysia's trade outlook for Q2 2026 remains positive. Exports are expected to continue increasing due to strong demand for semiconductors, electronic products, and AI-related technologies. Imports are also likely to rise as businesses continue investing in machinery, industrial equipment, and production inputs. Overall, trade activity is expected to remain strong, supported by foreign direct investment, regional economic integration, and expanding manufacturing activities. Several strategic recommendations can help Malaysia sustain future trade growth. First, Malaysia should strengthen its semiconductor industry by moving further up the value chain to advance chip development and integrated circuit design. Second, businesses should improve ESG compliance to meet international environmental and sustainability standards. Third, Malaysia should continue enhancing regional cooperation and maximize opportunities created by Asian integration and international trade agreements. Finally, greater investment in research, innovation, and digital transformation will help improve competitiveness and support long-term economic growth.
So, Malaysia has demonstrated strong trade resilience from 2022 until the first quarter of 2026. Manufacturing remains the backbone of export, while foreign investment and free trade agreement continue supporting economic expansion. The growth of the semiconductor industry presents significant opportunities for future development. With strong international partnership, increasing investment, and growing demand for technology products, Malaysia is well positioned to achieve sustainable trade growth in the coming years.